Okay, so let's do one more halacha. So number 2, the good and proper way is for a person to accustom himself to follow middle path. So always middle of the road path. There is not to desire anything beside those things that the body requires. Okay. The body requires. And cannot survive without them. As the verse says in Mishlei 13:25, a righteous person eats to satisfy his soul. So righteous, of course, you must eat. So you must eat meat, you must eat whatever you like, vegetables, or whatever for healthy diet, whatever a person must eat. But he eats it for him to have energy, for the body has of the nutrition, and nutrients and stuff like that, so he can perform, go to work, do learn Torah and stuff like that. So it's not because the food is tasty and it's the center of his life. No, so that would be the problem. But righteous, one more time, righteous person eats to satisfy his soul, so he can do whatever he needs to do. Similar, one should not toil in the business activities except to obtain what is needed for his current existence. As the verse in Tehillim 37:16 says, better is a little of the righteous than the multitude of the wicked, once that is great. Okay, so let's see the commentary. And we explain. A person must be careful not to be swayed by evil inclination that he tries to convince him that he must spend the entire day in pursuing in his livelihood. When in actuality, it is possible for him to make do with less. In order to determine what is truly necessity, the person should consider how he would fulfill his obligation if he were his responsibility to support another person. So that's a Mishnah Brura. Okay, so basically what it says here, do not work overtime. Overtime is not for a religious person, religious Jews. So HaShem is going to provide whether you work 3 hours a day or you work 8 hours a day. So if you got this job, and this job requires you to work minimum 35 hours, then you work 35 hours, right? They say 40 hours, no problem, 40 hours. But if they tell you 40 hours and you work 60, that's a big problem. That's a huge problem, right? And so people, why do they work more? They want a career, they want to advance in their company and stuff like that. And that's advice of Eitz HaHaram, right? So they say it's enough for today. You can survive. So that's what you must do. Okay. So and very interesting. I love this explanation of Mishnah Brura. So, but okay. So but how do I know where to stop? What exactly do I need? Maybe I need a better car. Maybe I need a better house. Maybe I need a better, I don't know, all of the other things, right? More expensive. So I need to work more. So Mishnah Brura says clearly, okay? So how do you know? If you were to support somebody, right? So let's say you said, I'm going to support this person, right? So, and how much you would think that this person would need? Okay, so how many pairs of pants? How many? Like maybe 2, maybe 3. Okay, maybe 3, right? One is for Shabbos, 2 for the weekday, right? Maybe one you have to wash, so you have another one while that one is in washing and dry clean. Well, so you have 3 pair of pants. Okay, there is no problem, right? So, but okay, but if you yourself have 10, that's the problem. That's the problem. So and that person that you support, is he going to eat meat every day? No, you're not going to buy for him meat every day. That's too much, right? So he can go with a simple diet, but on Shabbos you will give him money to buy meat. So the same Mishnah Brura say, it's a very good formula, very nice. So apply it to yourself. Okay, that's what you know that you need. So don't practice on others what you actually need. One should not be overly tight-fisted, right? So which is greedy, nor should he freely disperse his money. So whoever asks, he said, I'm not checking. Whoever comes for tzedakah, I'll give everybody. That's a stupid person, right? Or he's tight-fisted. I mean, if he's tight-fisted, so he has to give tzedakah, and he does not. He thinks I wanted to invest in this and that, so Hashem is going to take it back. Whatever he's trying to withhold from tzedakah. Rather, he should distribute charity according to his means. So whatever he makes, it does not matter. More or less makes no difference. If he gave, let's say, from 10 to 20%, he fulfilled his obligation. There is no question about it. Okay, so it could be I don't know, like $50, or it could be $5,000. Depends on his earnings. So I mean, if he was supposed to give $5,000 and he gave $4, that's a huge problem. Or but if he had this $5, that's what was his mussar, so he fulfilled his obligation. Right, so $5 in this case is better than 4,000 for the giver, of course. Okay, so rather he should distribute according to his means and lend money appropriately to those who are in need. So okay, there is another way of charity, right? Is to lend money. So why is it? It's a way of charity. So person, maybe he needs to open his business. He needs to buy merchandise. He needs to start his life, right? To buy, maybe he's a plumber. He needs to buy his tools. Although he needs to buy a van, or whatever he needs to buy. So you lend the money. That's a charity. Okay. He should not be frivolous and light-headed. Okay, here we go. Ones who laugh too much. Nor depressed and solemn. So the depressed is not Jewish way. It's not. So some people somehow they say that it's from Rabbi Nachman that a person has to be happy. It's not. It's not. I mean, he said it and they dance a lot, but that's a Jewish concept that was there forever. So he cannot be depressed. A person has to be happy. Right? Rather, he should be content all in his days. Right? Always be satisfied, content, with pleasantness and cheerful disposition. So everything is good. Everything is going according to Hashem's plan. I'm glad to be in his picture, and he sent me this. That's good. He sent me something that maybe I don't understand why. So it's also good. Okay. The same applies to the most other traits. Most other traits. One who follows the middle path is considered wise. No, considered wise. Okay. Okay. In the next two Sefarim, Kitzur from Rambam Hilchas Dias 2:3 cites exception to this rule. Okay, I wrote. Actually, we can stop here because it's very long, so we can continue next time.